Brightest Blessings. I found some more Halloweeny decks, and so I thought I would do a part 2 to my Halloween decks, and I have 2 oracles as well. So let's get into looking at what we have. This one just came yesterday. I had backed it on Kickstarter a couple months ago, so I was very excited to get that. All right, this is a very cool deck. It is the Shadowlands Tarot. Here's the back of the deck. It's got gold edging. And here you can see what the artwork is like. This is the Fool. It's kind of a cute take. A little bit cartoonish. But I do like the artwork. I like the imagery. So it's very cute. It comes with a decent sized guidebook. I didn't dig that out. It's about an 8x5 size, and that's cute. But yeah, it's a cute deck to work with. And it's mass market, so it's available everywhere. This is also a deck I backed on Kickstarter a year or two ago. William Witchling. Like on the bag, it has little charms, a broom and scissors. And it's a black and white deck. Wee William is the Fool, so he's the hero of the story, and there is actually a story that goes with this. These characters are from the story that was written, and here you can see the back of the card. And the storybook, it came with the storybook, and the storybook is actually, the guidebook to the meanings of the characters in the tarot deck. So, I mean, it can be read as just like your standard Rider-Waite Smith without understanding the backstory of these characters. But, knowing the backstory will undoubtedly make it richer. And see, death is listed as rebirth here. And if I remember correctly, there were some alternative cards. I think. Yeah. Yeah. This was where it came from. And there's some alternates. For some reason, there are 2 number 1s, which I guess they can be used in instead of the magician in the major arcana. And I guess this is instead of the high priestess, instead of the empress, the emperor, the Hierophant. I don't really see that as a. So they're numbered 1 through 10, and there's 2 1s. So I'm wondering if maybe these aren't supposed to be used as significator cards or something to represent the querent. And so, but it's also a cute deck. Um, Here is the other deck I was talking about from the manufacturer Debris. The other one I had was a skeleton deck done in silver foil. This is called The Black Tarot. The book is just the A.E. White pictorial guide to the tarot because it's in public domain. The artist is Victoria Iva, it looks like. And it looks like they have an Instagram, blackart.victoria. So, and this, here's the back of the deck. The edges are pure black, solid black. And it is a black and white deck with some interesting artwork. I figured this would probably be an excellent deck for shadow work, potentially. Interesting interpretation of the Hierophant. But this is the first deck that they came out with. So this is the first deck they produced, and it came out a couple years ago, I believe. And they've just continued to produce some stuff. They have some original decks, this one and the skeleton one. Um, and then they have a few others, but they're basically just um, different takes on the Rider-Waite Smith. I mean, they're very, very Rider-Waite Smith imagery. Here we have the Nightfall Tarot. It's got a nice flip, sizable guidebook. And here's the cards. And as you can see, I really have not even looked at this yet. I bought it last year when I went to a bookstore. Oh, they're kind of sticking. Because it has silver gilding on the edges, so they haven't really been broken apart. I'm not sure what the story is on the Nightfall with the sticks on the back of the deck. It kind of is giving me a Viking vibe. But some of the characters almost have a bit of an Egyptian vibe to them. So, but they're a little it's a little bit of an odd size. They're a little bit wider than most tarot cards. So they're not square. They are rectangular, but they're a little bit wider than typical. This is the darkened interpretation of the classic Rider-Waite-Smith, designed for those new to the world of tarot or longtime practitioners. So if you can read a Rider-Waite-Smith, you can read this. It's the same thing. It says it also features Norse runes, Icelandic dives, Wiccan designs, and astrology to create a more accessible and multicultural experience. Okay, and this is my newest deck. It just came yesterday. I backed it on Kickstarter. It is by Matt Green, and I've backed, I think, every deck he has put out. Well, no, not every deck. Most of the decks that he's put out. And you have your magnetic flip box. See the inside. And like I said, I got it yesterday, so I haven't even got the cards out of their paper. And I like the colors. And the edge is nice and orange. The back is the same as the inside of the box. And basically, it's just the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery with a little bit of tweaking by Matt Smith. So he's put a Halloween vibe on each of the characters. So this looks like it will be a fun deck to use during the Halloween season. Just has these, darker Halloween colors, blacks, oranges, greens, a little bit of purple or grayish purple. Now let's go ahead and look at the tower. Yep. Oh, I love the jack-o'-lantern popping off the top. But yeah, this will be a fun deck. And the little ribbon to help lift it out of the box is orange. So yeah, that's fun. I'm excited about that one. And this is the Southern Gothic Oracle. It's probably about 2 years old, something like that. Backed it on Kickstarter. It got a little ribbon. You pull it out. It's a little bit different box setup. Now I think that there was a, what do you call it? A supplement to this deck. Yeah. Yeah, see, here's card number 2. So here's card number 1. And these cards are not numbered. They are the cryptids, I think. Or, well, not necessarily. Most of them are cryptids. I don't know that you'd really consider the Bell Witch a cryptid. But there's some cryptids and there's some other folklore in these cards. See, here's Mothman's on top because that's my cryptid. And then we have the Bride of Annandale, the Boo Hag, the Hellhound, the Bell Witch, the Vampire of Richmond, Crimes of Passion, the conjured spirit, the candlelight spirit. Okay, this is what the deck was the Oracle Haunt, Gothic Oracle Haunts. Uh, so that was a supplemental deck that you had to purchase separately, but they all fit in the box. And so you've got images here that are just, basic southern things. We've got dogwood blossoms in the spring. I don't live south enough to be around any plantations. Um, the panther or cougar. And contrary to what West Virginia DNR says, we do have cougars in West Virginia. They swear we don't, but we do. We've seen them with our own eyes. So, yeah, the Yellow Jackets were bad this year. But these are just, typical southern things. Um, this southern the Southern Oracle is based on the South. That's a little bit southern than I am, but I'm still familiar with a lot of things south of me. But yeah, the Southern Gothic Oracle. It's not particularly spooky per se, but it is Gothic, so it fits in with the darker time of the year. This is by the same person who did the Southern Gothic Oracle. They also did a Southern Botanical deck, but I don't lean toward that as much as I do the Gothic Oracle. And this is an interesting because it is based predominantly on cemeteries and the symbols used in the headstones. And of course, it's in a coffin shaped box. And here's your guidebook. Oh, here's the inside of the lid. And, here's the cards nestled in a little velvet foam cushion. Now, and this back is not only foiled, but it is embossed. I mean, that is printed, recessed into the card. So, you have headstone imagery, and 5 and 6 are sticking together. Um, I I love going to cemeteries and checking out tombstones. And of course, you learn very early on that an angel or a cherub or a lamb on a headstone indicates that it was a child or infant that's buried there. I've seen a lot of logs and never really understood what the log meant. And obviously, some of this, the key word kind of ties in with what the meaning of the imagery is. Um, so, the images on tombstones are a lot like Tempus Fugit. The Victorian language of flowers. Receiving a bouquet of particular flowers would be a indication of what that individual is thinking or feeling towards you. And purpose. So there's 36 cards in this oracle deck. But yeah, so that wraps up my Halloween decks that I have. That's my collection so far. There's a few more I have that I want to add, and I just haven't been able to do it the past couple years. So if I get any more added, I will do a follow-up. But yeah, this is what I've got. And probably those are the two I like best. Probably use them a lot this season. So there's the rest of my spooky Halloween dark deck collection for this year. And I hope you enjoyed seeing the decks, and blessed be.